Okay. I have been reflecting, and although the information that I share relating to the program of Western astrology and what is happening astronomically in real time, I realize and reflect that my excitement and emotional state surrounding that topic is charged, not in a bad way, I don't think, but my method of communication, when I reflect, maybe I sound harsh about the delivery, and I do seek to share correct and true information in a compassionate way that is digestible intellectually and emotionally. The reason that I personally feel charged in that topic is because of the deception, the program, the perpetuation of the program of Western astrology, not necessarily by individuals who conduct the perpetuating, but by that driving force further back that is using that program to manipulate people. Social engineering, behavioral, cognitive, conceptual, social engineering within Schmushmerica. The schmishmited schmates, with all due respect. This program being one of many programs intentionally conducted by governing bodies it being one of many concepts, acts of manipulation by this organization. So the charge I feel is my frustration, my heartbreak about that. Them. Who would do such a thing? And it work. And that we've come to the point where we are disconnected from nature so much that our reliance of information is given to the manipulators. So this star and moon thing with the zodiac, which is real, and I know some of the people watching this do not think the moon is real, and that is a topic for another time. I disagree, in short, because of researching with my own eyes, observing the moon in real time over the course of the last 5 years. The lunar eclipse of 2020, when Western astrology said, and the eclipse did happen, okay, so the timing aligned. The Western astrology projection said the eclipse, and there were 4 lunar eclipses that year, which I was able to witness 3, which I also realize is not possible for people who are in the work matrix, because being awake from 11:30 p.m. until 4:30 a.m. is not realistic for people who are in the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Okay, so I have gone out to collect this information because of my exit from that work matrix. And it's given me the ability to go watch things like lunar eclipses and watch for when the moon is crossing the horizon point and be on the water as it is fluctuating in its tides in dependence on the position of the moon relative to the earth. So when I have gone out and seen for myself, I see that Western astrology is not telling the truth. It is a truth of the past, but things have changed. 2025 years have passed since the time of Christ. So that system having been accurate then, but due to the movement of the stars and our positions through time space, there have been slight shifts, approximately 27 degrees relative to us. Okay, so I know we're getting into the weeds here, but this is like what I do want to share, and you can go out and watch for yourself. I'm trying to share this information in the least charged way, but I get so mad at those who would manipulate the masses for their benefit. And that is why I'm like, sometimes. Okay. I'm sorry. Some information about the moon that may help you see for yourself. I'll try to keep this at 10 minutes. When it is a full moon, it is the easiest to observe the moon, partially because it's so bright, but also because of its position. Its position is the reason why it is fully illuminated. 180 degrees, sun, earth, moon, sun blasting light, moon fully illuminated. Watching the moon rise on a full moon, because it's rising at the same time the sun is setting. This is a great way to start getting in tune with the moon. And then you're going to go out the next night and be like, the moon is not rising at the same time. I'm not seeing it cross the horizon at the same time. Wow, that's weird. So what time does the moon rise every night of its monthly cycle, which turns out to not be a 30 or 31 day cycle, it's a 28 day cycle? Where and when on the horizon points of east and west, relatively, is the moon rising and setting throughout the 28 day cycle? That is the adventure. That is what I call moon chasing, and that is what is really super cool. So although it may be depressing that this system of manipulation and social engineering is not what we hoped it was, because we've based our characteristics and a lot of thoughts and identification around what it said about who we are. Who am I? I'm this constellation, and that means this. So I know that alignment can be difficult because of the heartbreak from the deception, the manipulation, but the heartbreak. But then when we get over that and we go out onto this grand adventure of moon chasing and witnessing with our own eyes, we come into awareness and alignment. And it's awe-striking to chase the moon. And then you can see on your birthday, go out and look, where does it say the moon is? And I'm saying the moon instead of the sun because, like, we can't see the constellations behind the sun because the sun is so bright. It's, whiting out all of that. So it's easier to look at and compare what Western astrology and astronomy are saying with the moon. Okay, but on a full moon, the sun is in the opposite sign, 180 degrees of the zodiac, than what the moon is. And so it can be figured out mathematically, geometrically, by degrees, which sun the sign is in. And we get this whole amazing relationship with nature, with the sun, the orbiting bodies, and the moon. And I do believe the moon is divine. And I've felt that through my experience with the moon. And maybe there are things on the other side of it that we can't see, that we don't know about. And maybe it's even some of the energy of this MF manipulation BS. But the moon itself is divine. It's the whatever has planted itself on it. If it has, that may not be. But the moon is divine, and it is real, and it would not be able to pull our tides if it didn't have a lot of gravity. It's not hollow. So anyways, that is 11 minutes and 44 seconds on me saying sorry about being so harsh when I talk about the Western astrology system. I used to identify as Scorpio. I did. There were parts of it, but I found it, and another video for another time, to be so amazing when I went through the consciousness shift, the awareness shift of real-time zodiac placements of orbiting bodies, including planets. So I hope this message is well received. I'm sorry for sounding harsh. I get excited, and it's not because of anything that you might be doing wrong. It's because, don't interpret it to, don't take it personally. It's me and my world and my own energies relative to like all of these experiences that I am personally, as this body, person, spirit, having. So, I hope this makes sense why I have such an emotional charge about the topic, and I hope that you begin moon chasing so you can go on this grand adventure. And if you'd like any guidance along the way, I've been doing it and I love it, and I would love to share more about the moon, the stars, the earth, nature, and truth